Rising from the Middle, Re-Upcycling and Recreation Center. This project concerns one of the main issues faced by living organisms worldwide and focuses on how architecture can bring a helpful change. The project is an upcycling hub for the city to reduce the burden of waste generated by itself. It is an integrated awareness park which aims to change people's attitude towards waste by showcasing the opportunities of waste as a resource and supporting economically weaker sections to earn a better lifestyle. It is an alternative to landfilling. The project aims to design a plaza that stimulates the practice of reusing waste with the help of socially backward community, mutually benefiting them and creating a self-responsible individual. This project helps in eradicating the illicit waste dumping and creating a sustainable architectural development and creating livelihood for neighborhood. The case studies have been chosen with respect to the context of the project and the site being handled. Sunset Park Material Recovery Facility in New York, over 14,000 square feet, and a curbside for metal, glass, and plastic recyclables. It consists of an education center connected to the tipping floor through a bridge, which shows exactly how public can be engaged in previously mythed, non-welcoming scenarios. Recycled materials are used throughout a site and the site is filled with a composite of recycled glass, asphalt, and rock, and buildings are made from recycled steel and glass, which has paved way to my project as well. Seoul Upcycling Plaza, as the motto says, Zero Waste City, is a pre-owned automotive market located in the epicenter of Korea. The plaza has an efficient space distribution providing eco-friendly industrial experience, supermarkets, material libraries, and educational spaces, which is a perfect example of public intervention with waste resources, which is an inspiration for my design. Manav Sadhna in Ahmedabad showcases how an architectural project can bring in change in people's lifestyle and make them a socially responsible person. It is a community center educating the neighboring slum dwellers as well as uses different kinds of waste and recycled materials in building construction, which is a perfect example. Vistar, located in Bangalore, is a community center responding to issues of poverty, environmental destruction, gender discrimination, and social exclusion. The community consists of a paper recycling unit, out of which the papers recycled are sold out through the community itself. From the comparative analysis, it is very clear that the site should be located in a urban or urban area for easy access to public and provide different spaces planned according to function. Most of the design includes geometric forms. Site Bhalswa landfill is located in northern part of New Delhi and is one of the three major landfills in India. The site is located in a suburban area. Since it is a sanitary landfill, it is surrounded by residences. One of the major reasons to select the site is due to the lake adjacent to the site, Bhalswa Lake, which was once destined to be a water sports center. And as the landfill emerged, the proposal was declined. As the landfill is redefined and given new purpose, all the closed projects can be revived. Since Delhi produces around 10,000 tons of garbage a day, out of which 4,000 tons from north goes to the Bhalswa landfill, the landfill spreads across an area of 64 acres with a height of 60 meters. The major wind direction is from west, and hot dry winds from northwest and predominant winter winds from north, which should be restricted with trees and narrow north-south street. It is located at the interjunction of national highways and provides excellent views. One of the major concerns of the landfill is the continuation of unloading of waste even after reaching its eye level. Large heap of height of the landfill and the air and water pollution. The scope of the site and this project lies with the site as a landfill. Site is a landfill providing all the necessary elements needed for the research and construction of the center. The site consists of 55% organics, 4.5% plastic, and 0.1% metal, 3.8% paper, 1.5% glass and crockery, and 34.7% ash, stone, and bricks, which can be used during the construction of the project. The potential of the site includes national highway and other transportation modes, providing visibility and accessibility to the site. And the site is surrounded by tourist destinations within 30-kilometer radius. These factors play a crucial role in developing the concept of the design. Concept of the design is evolved from people's involvement towards waste recycling and upcycling and how it changes the perspective towards a meaningful resource. How the design and form creates an engagement image as well as is an element of monument with respect to materials at a single glimpse, as seen from around the site. It should be an image and signal of protection. Zoning is based on the trajectory of waste circulation and the typology depends on the material's form and functions. The zoning is based on three major factors: location, history, site analysis, and climate. Thus, the public spaces are provided towards the southwest side for easy accessibility, view, and sufficient ventilation. Private spaces are zoned towards the eastern side, adjoining the serene calmness of the residences, and the industrial area is zoned to the northern side with the longest side adjacent to east-west direction for maximum sunlight and ventilation and is enclosed by an eco park. Site plan. There are few measures to be taken since the construction occurs on a landfill. Since the landfill is 60-meter high, it is excavated up to 40 meter and then is compacted up to 20 meters, providing a 10-meter soil cover. For further enhancement, phytoremediation is done before the construction process. The industrial area is located at the southern side also for the proper service entry, since a smaller landfill towards the north of the site is already under development and the waste from that site can also be used in recycling, as well as it provides a separate service entry to the site rather than the main entrance. The administration is divided into public and semi-public space through floors, as the first floor serves as the lobby leading from the ground through a ramp, and the ground floor access the administration oriented towards west to attain more sunlight and ventilation. The lobby space consists of a ticket counter which leads to the museum right ahead of it. The visitor center and children center is adjacent to the lobby for an easy access of public and children and is surrounded with vegetation to provide a buffering for the kids. The visitor center consists of an experiential learning program and creative room, giving insight of what lies ahead at the recycling unit. The Children's Center is designed for engagement of children with the recycling products through experiential and entertained learning. Spaces are provided for children of different age groups for efficient workshop experience. The entire complex is constructed with recycled materials, and the Children's Center and the Visitor Center is made with recycled wood with different patterns. The recycling center, which is the main epicenter of the whole complex, consists of a tipping floor, processing unit, storage, and bale storage. The entry of the trucks are from the northern side, and it enters the premises after a thorough check of weight load. The trucks carrying the waste enters the premises from the northern side after the weight load checking, and then it drops off the waste into the tipping floor. From there, it goes into the processing unit and then to the bale storage. Since there are two kinds of waste, single stream and dual stream, single stream, which is expensive, and mixed recyclables are sorted in the enlarged area, and the dual stream, which is so separated, is dropped off at the tipping floor, number 2, and then the recycled materials which can be used for upcycling and in the workshops are transferred to the material library from there. There are many points while designing a recycling unit. There should be a pit for equipment about 9 feet deep and for footings 11 feet. Collection routes and road material should be made with material which can handle heavy trucks. There should be an easy access to the equipment for maintenance, and access roads should be paved, wet, and swept. The tipping floor should be an enclosed structure, thus the dust from the tipping and processing does not blow away from it. Immediate handling of ordered loads should be done, and proper hours of proper housekeeping, cleaning up, plus removal of residual waste should be done time to time. The entire recycling center is constructed of construction waste and concrete. For odor management, neutralizing chemicals and covering scents are used. Roof exhaust and blowers are provided as well. The recycling center has a roof garden through which people can walk around and watch the recycling process without directly going into the recycling center. And it is provided with recycled glass orienting towards the southern side, as it does not with louvers, so that it does not catch the direct sunlight. And the northern wall has a glassed facade which connects the eco park and the recycling unit. The Research and Learning Center consists of research labs and classrooms provided for a 9-day course about the recycling processes and waste management. And the research labs use the materials that are collected from the material lab as well as directly from the processing and storage units. Material workshops are provided which uses the products to make upcycled products which are sold in the shops. There are 5 material workshops which are made of the materials that is used in the workshop processes. First workshop is of plastic, and the plastic workshop is made of plastic bricks and resi blocks. And the second one is the paper workshop, which uh, the whole building is made of paper, recycled paper materials. And the third workshop is a wood workshop. The entire structure is made with recycled wood. And other two workshops include rubber workshops and metal workshops, which are made with the respective materials as. The shops and cafes are provided towards the end of the complex, as it is easier for them to uh, know the entire process and then come to the end of the shops and cafes and buy the products that they have witnessed how it has been made. The shops consist of stationery shops, textile shops, furniture shops, as well as it includes cafes and restaurants. The entire complex is made with recycled materials, and the shops and cafes are made with recycled metals, providing jali works for the fenestration of light and ventilation. Special topic is about how waste can be used as a building material. The different kind of recycled waste material is a newspaper wood, which is made up of newspaper bound together by a glue and then cut out into wood shape, which is very durable, and it is used in the construction of the children's center by providing a different pattern. And the resi blocks, which are used in plastic workshops. And asphalt is a kind of asphalt made with made with melt plastic, which is used for the pavement of roads. The shops and cafe is actually made with roof tiles and metal, which are connected into the metal strips through a string. This acts as a jali as well as a covering from the direct heat of the sun. Eco Park is provided. Thank you.